Hey there, and welcome back to the Front Range. I'm the dad.
I'm the daughter.
I'm old.
I'm young.
And today we are going to be reacting to the new teaser trailer for
House of the Dragon Season 3.
Season 3. Now, we don't want to talk too much ahead of time. There is a major event. We're not going to talk too much about it. If you don't know about it, that's coming up that she is very worried about. And I'm just curious. Everyone kind of knows. Like, it was building up to the big battle, right? That's everything. Everybody was waiting for it to happen last season.
And then it just didn't.
It didn't. But thank God we got to see Daemon, talking to himself in a castle for an entire season.
And walk around in circles. And Craxy's like, bro.
Poor Craxy's like, Dad, can we go? That was some of our favorite scenes with Craxy's in the background. Like,
are we going? Oh, he's coming.
We're
going.
Oh, crap. Because Caraxes is our favorite dragon.
Yes.
Because he's got little hanging feet in the back.
And his long neck.
Yes. But again, there we go. We're talking too much. So let's go ahead and just see what they've got for us. I know it's a short teaser, and then we'll kind of talk about it on the other side of the trailer. All right. So let's do this. Ooh, dragon.
You now have the power no man has ever wielded.
Daemon. Daemon's our favorite.
You will have an empire unassailable, Rhaenyra.
She was collecting a lot of dragons.
Children will rule it forever and a day.
Oh no! No!
All that remains is for you to decide what you want from this war.
Yeah. Boo.
You do things that your heart would have recoiled from before you came to the throne.
Are they together?
Targaryens are a savage race. We act with holy purpose.
Caraxes!
To restore a rightful
looks
king.
rough.
I'm going to kill my brother or die in the attempt.
Interesting.
Draw your sword.
Crispy cold.
Look to the sky. Doom and ruin surround us.
Your fault. Partially.
We will all become beasts before our end.
Ooh, are those the Northmen?
They were. They sure were.
Stark shield.
No longer safe here.
There will be no doubt who the gods have chosen to rule.
Ooh.
June.
June 21st. Okay.
So almost 2 months away. Or 2 months away. Yeah.
What'd you think?
Definitely a lot more Daemon. Oh,
Yeah.
hello, Peanut.
Looks good. Obviously, tough to tell with the teaser trailer because they may have just crammed everything that we
Right,
wanted
their
to
best
see.
scene, yeah.
Right? And then
It's interesting because I have read the books, and it's interesting that they're doing it differently, especially with Aemond.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that's gonna play out because
with Aegon.
right, Aegon running basically.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the one thing like with last season where with Daemon is they kind of did a fill in the blanks, right? Like there was not a lot written about what Daemon was doing within that period of time other than gaining support in the Riverlands, I believe.
They could have done it better though.
Right. So, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. I think that was probably the cannibal, the big dragon, because that was a new big dragon we haven't seen yet. Mm-hmm. I don't think, or we may have seen him when they were.
No, I don't think we have.
Okay.
I think there's been mentions. I don't think there's because I think they mentioned it when they were talking about Vhagar. But I don't think we've actually ever seen.
Obviously, that's a massive dragon they were showing. So
Is Cannibal bigger than Vhagar?
no, but he's I think maybe
Okay.
the second largest living dragon at the time. Yeah, looks good. We're both partial to Starks and the whatever the old wolves or gray wolves. I can't remember what they're called. The gray
wolves,
I think. Yes. Again, don't want to spoil anything for anybody, but that's some reinforcements coming from the north, which is great. We thought they kind of could have done more with Kragan Stark.
Because in the book, they have a whole chapter of building their bond together. Like,
Right.
they are very close.
They really
friends.
just kind of glossed that over and
You have the one scene of them at the wall.
Right.
And then I think that's
and then
it.
they referenced that he was there for a while,
Yeah.
and that was like it. They didn't really show anything. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, always partial to just the North in general. I like the North. It doesn't have to necessarily even just be the Starks, but
We also love Matt Smith, so that's why we love Damon so much.
yeah.
Matt Smith was my Doctor Who. So.
Yeah, I mean, for my money, so far, anyways, the best actor in the show. The most charismatic actor in the show.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just so funny how, like, one of the producers couldn't understand, like, why does everyone love Damon so much? He's a terrible person. Yes.
He's a morally gray
There's
character.
also a reason why people rooted for Tony Soprano and Walter White on Breaking Bad, like, and Cillian Murphy and Peaky Blinders,
Right.
like, charismatic anti-heroes.
Yeah.
You know, no, you don't admire their acts,
Right.
the horrific things they do, but the character themselves are very compelling. You know,
Right.
it's just like,
They tell a good story.
The
and
best-
That's why you like them.
yes, the best superheroes are the ones that have great villains, and a lot of times the villains are more fun to play. I mean, look at Heath Ledger as the Joker in Batman. You know, Christian Bale, great actor too, but
And Nicholas Holt in Superman.
right
As
as
Lex
Lex Luthor,
Luthor.
sure, absolutely. The reason he was the highest paid actor on that in that movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, looks good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, full disclosure, before watching House of Dragon, I was not a huge Targaryen guy. I'm still, again, I'm kind of more partial to North. Really got amped up in the first season. I said, man, they did a great adaptation. And then the second season, you know, it was uneven at best. I think there were great moments, you know. Rhaenys particularly, I think they really built us up. That was like the third episode or fourth episode, I think.
I think it was, yeah.
And we were like, man, like this is just
One of
there.
my favorite scenes is when Aemond is following a dragon back to Dragonstone, and all the dragons come up from Dragonstone, and
Yeah.
he's like, we should probably go.
Yeah. Well, that was how it ended, right? Wasn't that how the season
Yes,
ended?
I believe so.
Because then there was Rhaenyra standing out there, and you see the other dragons in the
And then it was all
background,
the
so-
ships.
The more and the
Because
marching.
we thought they were gonna do something.
Right.
And then we were like,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of time left.
Right. Yeah, that's one thing I remember the last episode. We kept watching the time
Mm-hmm.
because they're like, well, they're going to have to start it, you know. If you know, you know, like if the big battle that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, well, they got to start at like maybe no more than 15
minutes
minutes.
in,
Yeah,
yeah.
10, 15 minutes. Because you kind of think of like Battle of the Bastards, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had a little bit of teasers in the beginning with what was going on in Essos, and then the rest of it was Battle of the Bastards.
Right. And
but-
then as you get closer to the end, you're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
wait a minute.
And I know there was talk that they kind of were running out of money of what they were budgeted,
Mm-hmm.
and that maybe that pushed some of the storylines into the next
And I get
season.
it. This season's more dragon heavy.
Yeah,
Or at least this part of the story
yeah.
is more dragon heavy.
But it's going to be weird and interesting. I don't know, weird, but interesting how they pace it.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are pushing into some major, like in the books where they're moving to,
Mm-hmm.
they've moved very quickly into a portion where there's a lot of things that happen and change very quickly within a relatively short period of time. And I just think they're going to have to draw that out.
And it's also interesting what they've done with Rhaenyra and Alicent.
Yes, that's different as well.
And I don't necessarily like it. I think the book way they did it with Alicent and Rhaenyra was so much better, just because you're like, considering she was so much older than her originally in the books. If you didn't know that, she was much older than her.
I feel like they've tried to make Alicent more sympathetic than she really is.
Yes.
Because in the books she's even worse.
Yeah.
Like than she is in
She's
the
so
first
much worse in
two
the books.
Yes, I felt like they were trying to soften her character a little bit the second season.
She's supposed to be a good villain.
Right.
That's supposed to be the point. You're supposed to hate her.
Yeah, but again, whatever creative choices they're making.
You always need somebody to root against.
But again, like sometimes I just it's you're never gonna make everybody happy. But sometimes I do, like, again, I get just the questionable choice. I'm like, so you guys decided to kind of go against the grain with, you know, what was in the books with her,
By
but
making
yet
them the same age.
but yet you can't do something more creative with Damon, which some people are like, well, you can't really do anything with him because it doesn't talk about it. Well, you're doing wholesale character changes with some of these people, and you couldn't at least just have, you know,
From my knowledge, the Riverlands isn't just
Damon doing a little more.
one spot.
No, it's huge. It's a bunch
Yeah.
of. Well, that was the thing, is he was rallying support, like supposedly from different houses.
They could have had him fly around.
That was
to
what
different
I thought,
spots.
and have him have, like, you know, interactions with these different lords and
Was he at
houses.
Harrenhal? Was that where he was stuck? Do we remember? Was it Harrenhal?
Yes, I believe so, probably, because Harrenhal's the haunted one. Anyway,
And they also, like, the female character, that's Alice Rivers, is that her name? I think that's her
I
name.
think that is her name.
Very poorly done with her.
Yeah,
Because she's a good character in the book. And they
There-
really didn't I don't know.
It was almost like they centered so much on, ooh, she's mysterious.
Yeah.
We don't know that much about her.
Is she
no,
a ghost?
let's just give us
Yeah.
character development. Like,
Yeah.
that's what we love. I mean, and again, you know, where I feel Game of Thrones, everybody has their opinions, but where, especially in the last season where it went off the rails a lot, was losing having the great character interactions. What if you go back to like the first and second season, especially when you tell like they didn't have these huge budgets, whatever, it was they had these great actors playing great characters and having them all interact with each other and like
having great conversations.
and very logical and fleshed out, and it felt, the texture of it felt right, like for their character. They were consistent with their characters. And then in the last season of Game of Thrones, it felt like, let's do big set pieces where we can have people transport from one location to another. It would have taken them 8 months to get from here to there, but don't worry about it. Let's just go ahead and just put them there anyways.
Right.
And which, for my money, it all started with Varys when minute he was in Dorne.
Yeah.
And then next minute he was on the ship. I mean, I know it's not next minute, but relatively short order.
Yeah.
He was on the ship with Daenerys and all of them, and all the ships were together. Like, that would have taken a while.
Yeah.
So, but House of Dragon, looking forward to it, June 21st. I would expect there will probably be a full trailer.
Yes.
One at least that will come out before.
Probably in May, I would assume.
That's what I'm thinking
Mid-May.
too. We like to do reactions to trailers. I'm almost tempted not to watch that one.
Yeah. I'm scared they give too much away.
Yes, because I really hate when they have trailers that give too much away. So, I don't know. I mean, HBO is usually kind of good about that, but I know they are really banking on. They've had some struggles with some of their shows, and I know they're really banking on House of the Dragon.
Especially after they did A Night of the Seven Kingdoms so well. They need this season to do well.
Right. But such a different show, and that it's such a smaller scale, and they were only 30-minute episodes.
Right.
So, but like, what the hell happened to Last of Us? I mean, like, that first season,
They got rid of Pedro
we've got a
Pascal.
blockbuster, it's killing it, and now, like, it's in limbo. Like, we don't, I don't think they even...
I don't know
Did they
any.
start shooting the next... Yeah,
I think
don't
they
even
did,
know.
but I don't know. They got rid of Pedro Pascal and it just exploded.
Which we understand the game and everything, but
Yes.
you could have maybe drawn it out, done something a little differently again.
Right.
You don't have to
Could
recreate
have
things.
kidnapped him, I guess.
Well, you don't have to recreate things exactly from some
Right,
source
you didn't have to-
material. Right.
Yeah.
He was the best part of the show.
Yeah.
As Pedro Pascal often is in whatever he's in. So
Well, that's like when he spoiler when he dies in Game of Thrones. You're like, no.
it was only 12 years ago or whatever.
Hey,
it was, like,
people
that
are
he
always like,
died.
people say that about history.
I know.
They're
Well-
like, no spoilers. And you're like, that happened about like 800 years ago, so I don't really.
Well, that's just like, I'm going to spoil something for Ollie right now. Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. I know. Somebody said, I was watching something where somebody said, spoiler. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That came out in like the late 70s?
It was The Boys.
Or, was that what it was?
Remember, because Witcher was like, ew. It was like
Oh,
when-
no. But I mean, I was watching, there was something where somebody was
Oh,
genuinely
okay.
like kind of upset that was, anyways. Anyways, we've gone on too long.
Yes.
House of Dragon. We're definitely going to be doing reactions. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below. It doesn't cost you anything. You make sure you get all our trailers and our reactions, and that you're right there with us when House of the Dragon starts. But even if you don't, thanks so much for joining us for this one. We always appreciate anybody coming out. We're a small channel. We're a growing channel. But we're always genuinely thankful when anyone watches any of our stuff. Yep?
Yep.
All right. So that's about it. Other than that, we hope that we will see you on the next one.